Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next magical adventure. Now, get comfortable, and let me tell you the incredible story of a poor orphan boy whose kindness changed his destiny forever. This is the poor boy who became the Dragon King. No one in the kingdom believed the poor orphan boy would ever become anything. They laughed at him, ignored him, and treated him like he didn't matter. But one day, the most powerful dragon in the world would bow before him, changing the kingdom forever. This is the story of Kai. Kai was only 12 years old when he lost everything. His parents had died when he was very young, leaving him to survive alone in a small wooden hut on the edge of a quiet village. Every morning, he woke before sunrise to collect firewood and gather berries, hoping to earn just enough to buy a small piece of bread. The villagers looked down on him because he was poor. Some called him unlucky. Others believed he would never amount to anything. Yet despite the cruel words, Kai never allowed bitterness to fill his heart. Whenever an elderly neighbor needed help carrying water, he was there. Whenever a hungry child cried, Kai shared what little food he had, even if it meant going hungry himself. Every evening, after finishing his work, Kai climbed the tallest hill overlooking the village. As the sun disappeared behind the mountains, he dreamed of a better future. He didn't dream of becoming rich or powerful. He simply wished for a place where everyone could live in peace. One afternoon, while searching for firewood deep inside the forest, Kai wandered farther than he had ever gone before. The trees grew taller, the air became colder, and the forest fell strangely silent. Then he heard a faint cry. Following the sound, Kai discovered something unbelievable. Trapped beneath a pile of fallen rocks was a tiny golden dragon. Its wing was badly injured, and it struggled to free itself. Kai knew the stories. Dragons were feared throughout the kingdom. Most people would have run away. Others would have tried to capture the creature for a reward. But Kai saw only a frightened animal in pain. Without hesitation, he pushed the heavy rocks aside one by one until the little dragon was free. He tore a piece from his only shirt to wrap its injured wing and gave it the last piece of bread he had saved for dinner. The dragon looked into Kai's eyes. For a brief moment, its golden eyes shimmered with gratitude. Then it spread its wings and disappeared into the trees. Kai smiled and returned home, never expecting to see the dragon again. Days passed, then weeks. Soon the entire kingdom was filled with frightening news. King Malgor had learned that a rare golden dragon had been seen in the forest. Believing that anyone who controlled a dragon could rule the world, he ordered his soldiers to hunt it down. The king's army entered the forest, burning trees and destroying everything in their path. Animals fled from their homes, and fear spread throughout the land. Late one stormy night, Kai was awakened by a powerful roar that shook the ground beneath his feet. He rushed outside. Standing before him was the same golden dragon he had rescued, but it was no longer small. It had grown into a magnificent creature, larger than any building in the kingdom. Its golden scales glowed beneath the moonlight, and its enormous wings stretched across the night sky. The dragon lowered its head and spoke. "You showed kindness when no one else would. For generations, my people have searched for a human worthy of our trust. You have been chosen." As the dragon finished speaking, glowing golden mark appeared on Kai's hand. At that very moment, hundreds of dragons rose from the mountains, circling high above the clouds. The ancient dragons had found their king. The next morning, King Malgor and his army surrounded Kai's village. The king stepped forward and demanded that Kai surrender the dragon. Kai calmly refused. The king laughed. "You're nothing but a poor orphan," he said. "You have no power." Before another word could be spoken, the sky suddenly grew dark. One dragon appeared, then another, and another. Soon, hundreds of dragons filled the heavens. The villagers watched in amazement as every dragon descended and bowed before Kai. Even the king's soldiers dropped their weapons in fear. King Malgor ordered his army to attack. The dragons unleashed a brilliant wave of golden fire that destroyed the king's throne and shattered his weapons. Yet not a single innocent person was harmed. Realizing he had lost, the cruel king fled the kingdom, never to return. As peace returned, the oldest dragon approached Kai with one final secret. "Your parents were not ordinary villagers," the ancient dragon said. "They were the last guardians of the dragons. They gave their lives protecting our kind, knowing that one day their son would unite humans and dragons once again." For the first time in his life, Kai understood why he had always felt different. He had never been forgotten. He had been chosen. But becoming the Dragon King did not change who Kai was. He did not build a palace filled with gold. Instead, he rebuilt broken homes. He made sure no child went hungry. He planted new forests where war had left the land empty. Under his rule, humans and dragons lived together in peace for generations. People no longer remembered Kai as the poor orphan who had nothing. They remembered him as the kind king who changed the world. Because true greatness is not measured by wealth, strength, or power. It is measured by kindness, courage, and the choices we make when no one is watching. And that is why, among all the people in the kingdom, the dragons chose the poor boy to become their king. Thank you for watching The Poor Boy Who Became the Dragon King. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next adventure. Tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you had found the injured baby dragon? Until next time, keep believing in kindness, courage, and the magic of great stories. See you in the next adventure.